Welcome and thank you very much for checking out my review of The Banker, the first big movie release from Apple TV, directed by Nolfi and starring Anthony Mackie, Samuel L. Jackson, and Niceole Hoult, and it's based on real events. It's set in the 1960s and tells a story of two African-American entrepreneurs who hire a working-class white man to pretend to be the head of their business empire while they pose as a janitor and a chauffeur, due to segregation issues that are obvious from the 1960s. Now, this film was supposed to be released late last year. I believe it was going to be like an awards runner, or at least try to get into awards competition, and for reasons that escape me, it was delayed and it's now streaming on Apple TV+. And having seen the film, I don't think it would have done very well in awards season. Not that this film is at all bad. There are two magnetic performances from Anthony Mackie and Samuel L. Jackson. These two characters are fantastic, and both the actors do a great job. They have an amazing back and forth. Samuel L. Jackson's wisecracks never fail to put a smile on my face, and Mackie plays a character who holds on to anger a lot, and that makes him very interesting because there are obvious reasons for him to hold on to that anger, but he's also a very strong character. He never quite quits, he never quite gives up, he always finds another way, and he's a really smart, resourceful character. He can create a solution to his problems out of thin air, and I enjoy seeing him trying to escape legal and obvious problems that attacked him constantly. So the dynamic and chemistry between these two is fantastic throughout, and even Niceole Hoult is really good in this film, and the friendship that emerges and is created between the three of them as they're helping each other out, because Samuel L. Jackson and Anthony Mackie, they can't be business owners and they have to rely on Niceole Hoult a lot, but he's very new to everything. He's a working class dude. He's not as smart as these two guys are. By any means, he shouldn't be in the same position as they are, but he is because he has more rights than these two characters. And the film is done very competently beyond the performances and the writing of the characters. There isn't a glaring issue to talk about in this film, but that's just it. It's competent, and so the film doesn't dive deep enough to give us an observation on these events or give us a full, well-rounded perspective of the characters when it comes to these events. It paints this picture all around in very broad strokes, so it feels very much like a film you've seen before dealing with these issues, even though we haven't seen this particular story before. And another problem I personally have with the film, and it feels unfair because the film can't quite escape this, because it's dealing with banking and finance, the film has to talk about these issues, but unfortunately it doesn't do a really good job at making them interesting. And a lot of times this film is very, very dull. For me personally, again, because I really don't care about banking and financing, so there isn't a lot of invigoration to take away from these scenes where they're explaining banking and mathematics to each other, and so it just feels like you're going through the motions. I enjoyed this film whenever it came to the relationships between the characters, whenever it came to big moments, whether they were victories or losses for our main characters in their journey. But apart from that, what brings this film together is just very mundane, it's very dull at points, it becomes honestly uninteresting. Since it is streaming on Apple TV, I would say give it a watch. The performances are really good. They're maybe worth a one-time watch for this film, but apart from that, unfortunately, I didn't take that much away from it. I'm giving The Banker a C. Now, what did you think of The Banker, my beautiful geekies? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned because I'll be back very soon with my review for The Way Back, starring Ben Affleck, which I cannot wait to see, and many other special reviews I have prepared for you in these hard times that no new releases are coming out. I hope to see you on there, and so until the next video, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video because it really helps me and the channel out, but most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other and love the movies.